We're a few weeks away, believe it or not, from the regular season. It's going to be here just like that. And I, for one, am excited about this year. I really am. More than I've probably been in a couple of years. Yeah, that's right. I'm a little excited for Bears football! That'll clean out the old ears right there, huh? But yeah, I am excited because this is a big season for the Bears, right? And not surprisingly, we're a couple of weeks into training camp on the cusp of the first preseason game, and you're starting to see Bears fans on social media starting to drink the Kool-Aid. And to be fair to dopey Bears fans here, it's not like they're unique in this scenario. You pretty much have large swaths of fans across all 32 NFL teams that are doing the same shit, right? They're overreacting to every good thing. They're trying to excuse every bad thing, or they're getting way too negative about every bad thing. This is a vicious cycle that happens every damn year. But I certainly, in the past few months, have seen a lot of Bears fans, when it comes to the 2023 season, kind of forget their place in terms of they're talking shit about the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a shit. The only reason the Bears don't have more Super Bowl titles than the Green Bay Packers is not because of the fact that the Packers had Bart Starr and Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. It's because the Bears were always a fucking mess at the quarterback position. That's it. If the Bears were better at the quarterback position, they probably win at least 2 more Super Bowls in the 80s. They certainly win one in 2006. And one could argue the 2001 season could have been a shot. 2010 could have been a shot. 2018, who knows? That has so very little to do. Oh, your Packers beat the Bears in the NFC Championship game. Why? Because Jay Cutler was a fucking pussy. The Bears' backup quarterback, when he came in, sucked cock, so they had to go to a third stringer in Caleb Haney in that spot. Again, it wasn't about Aaron Rodgers. It was about the Bears and their deficiencies at the quarterback position. So I see in all these fans, I understand back and forth banter. It's fun to trash talk a little bit, but it's kind of a thing of, oh, I'm going to get all pissy because Packer fans talk shit about Justin Fields. Let them. Gives a shit. Packers fans have their own problems to worry about. Bears fans have their own problems to worry about. But I'm seeing Bears fans still, a number of them online, when it comes to predicting and analyzing and forecasting what the 2023 season for the Bears is, a lot of them are talking about progress. It may be it's a 7-win season. They could take a step ahead. It's a long-term rebuild. And they could win 7 games and maybe 8, and that would be a really good thing. And to all of that, I said, what the fuck? Hell no! If the Bears win 7 games in 2023, something or a number of somethings have went really, really wrong. The fuck do you mean 7 wins is acceptable? That's progress. No, that's the mediocre mindset of the McCaskey way emanating out of the shit stain of Hallis Hall. Fuck that. Raise the bar. Raise the standards. Enough with Bears football and excusing and justifying and defending goddamn mediocrity. For a team that went into the offseason with the number 1 overall pick in the draft and the most cap space to come in this season and only win 7 games when they're supposed to have the fucking franchise quarterback at Justin Fields. How could you not see that there was a major, major fucking problem with that? For one, you look at the Bengals. Let's look at recent examples, right? They had the number 1 pick. They bring in Joe Burrow. Year 2, going to the Super Bowl. Jaguars have the number 1 pick. Hire Urban Meyer. They suck so bad they get the number 1 pick again, but they come back last year and they win the goddamn division. My point being is, you could go from worst to first in the NFL every year. Almost always somebody does that. One team goes from last place in the division to first place. And for the Bears to climb their way up from 3 wins to 7 wins, why in any fucking way or circumstance would that feel successful? That's the type of result that should make you question everything. And be calling for people's heads and calling for people to be fired and put on the goddamn hot seat. Because if the Bears only win 4 more games than they won last year in a season where when they realized what they were potentially able to do, they stopped fucking trying to win. They really did. If they can only win a couple of more games this year when they're trying to win versus a season where they kind of gave half a shit the second half of the year, what the fuck does that tell you? That tells you that Justin Fields isn't the fucking dude. If you say, well, what if he gets hurt? Well, then shit, it just further exacerbates the problem of you can't be a franchise quarterback if you don't have the number 1 most important ability, which is availability. If the Bears only win 7 games this year, that means Eberflus probably sucks as a head coach. If the Bears only win 7 games this year, that means more likely than not that Ryan Poles took that power position of where he was with the number 1 overall pick and the most cap space and having Justin Fields and turned him into a 7-10 fucking team. That's progress? That's the type of shit that should make you wonder whether all those guys should be out of town come 2024. What the fuck are you talking about? The absolute bare minimum standard, and I mean bare minimum standard for 2023 is double-digit wins and a playoff appearance, period. No caveats, no qualifiers, no goddamn excuses. If the Bears don't do that in 2023, the pressure should be cranked up exponentially. No goddamn excuses made, no defenses, no justification, no nada. Fuck that. And a division that has some opportunity there for the Bears to at least, at worst, not be contending for the NFC North, potentially winning the NFC North, is a fucking disgrace and disaster if it happens that way. For Christ's sakes, in 2018, the Bears with Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback and Matt Numbskull Nagy at head coach went 12-4. To which you're going to say, well, they had an elite defense and Vic Fangio was the coordinator. All right then. This guy that you call King Poles, if he's so fucking star-spangled awesome, where you clearly think he is vastly better than Ryan Pace ever was, even though it took you 6 to 7 years to come to the conclusion that all of a sudden, hey, Ryan Pace is actually a fucking idiot here. If the guy that you want to call King Poles sits there and took that draft position, that draft pick capital, that money that he had available to spend, and turned it into 4 more wins in a season where they're really trying compared to last year where they kind of gave half a shit, then yes, everything fucking sucks and so does he. Any Bears fan right now that has the highest of standards and isn't calling for the Bears to win at least 10 games this year and demanding that this team makes the playoffs has a fucking problem. This whole, well, you got to play the long-term game. Fuck that. You got to go through all the rebuild. Again, fuck that. This shit should be in hyperdrive. Especially when you think about if the Bears seriously came out of 2023 7-10. That means they will have now pissed away the first 3 years of Justin Fields' rookie scale contract when other teams are trying to exacerbate the effectiveness of that rookie scale contract for their quarterback and trying to contend then and find a pathway to win a championship then. The Bears are pissing it all away. If that wasn't Bears football, I don't know what the fuck would be. No. This team should have been all in this year. And if you're already saying they might win 7 games, then that means that Ryan Poles fucking sucks. That means that Matt Eberflus sucks, and that means Justin Fields sucks, and we got much bigger problems for the Chicago Bears. Let's have some damn standards here. If you think that they're only going to win 7 or 8 games because you legit think they're not very good and they're only going to win 7 or 8 games, that's fine. But setting that as your bar and saying 7 or 8 wins is a really good season, fuck you! No, it's not! That's dog shit. That's loser shit. Well, that would be Bears football!